City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
Basically, every morning I wake up, I work out. One of the things I look forward to every single time I move to a new city or explore a new city is trying out the ramen scene. It's just really exciting because ramen shops have been popping up everywhere and I hear really good things about the ramen shop around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It just gets me excited to try all the different versions. And this is just me, but you know I love food. I love all sorts of food, but there's something special about ramen. Like when I woke up this morning and thinking about that first slurp, that first magical bowl, my heart's pounding. It's like I'm going on a blind date. One bad thing about ramen places is usually they don't open till lunchtime. So I'm just gonna sit here patiently, drink my tea and wait for two more hours. It's actually a chilly day today. You cold?
Yeah, I'm very cold.
This is like really weird. It was so hot for like the entire time I've been here. Have you been here before?
Not this location. I've been to the one in Fort Worth.
This seems like the most popular ramen place in Dallas. Ooh, I like the setup. Hey, another halal guys. Anyway, this place is called Wabi House. This is a cool eating spot. Oh, crispy pork here. Bone marrow shiitake. That sounds good. Tonkatsu, spicy miso, shoyu, dried garlic. The ramen prices are so inexpensive. Like $11, $12 for a bowl of ramen. What's your most popular ramen?
Spicy miso is gonna be the most popular ramen.
Really? Okay.
People love that one.
All right, I'll take that. This is a perfect ramen day. It even rained earlier. I haven't seen rain literally since that day. I don't know if you remember the video where I left Seattle and it was raining. That was like the last day. And also that little drizzle in Phoenix that people apologize for. I'm gonna warm up with a cup of tea. Words you don't hear often in Texas. All right, so this is the shiitake mushrooms and this is the pig ear. Oh, this pig ear looks great. Sesame and chilies on top with some sort of spicy mayo dipping sauce. This is interesting. Like if I didn't know this was shiitake mushrooms, I would be questioning a little bit. Mushrooms great, super crispy, and also a crazy fatty buttery taste too. I don't really know what to feel about this. I mean, it's good, it's really crispy. The pig ear is good, but like there's just cartilage inside all pig ear, which is one of my favorite things about it actually. And it's really crunchy and nice, but when you deep fry it, it becomes a little hard to chew. All right, Brenda, try the pig ear. Let me know if you like it.
It has a nice crunch, but
Did you get to the cartilage part?
it's very hard.
But yeah, flavor good, like the chilies, like the sesame, like the crunch, but the cartilage part gonna be a little hard to chew. Spicy miso with strands of chili. Look at this. Hot oil on top as well, floating in with the broth. I think this is minced pork with the most perfect looking poached egg. Oh my gosh, that looks like the sunrise I saw this morning. Broth looks exquisite. Medium-sized wavy noodles. Oh. I took a sip of like 90% hot oil, so it's kind of unexpected, but this thing's got a great burn. Oh, it's creamy. Wow, you can really taste that fermented miso flavor. This is fantastic broth. It goes down smooth, then the chilies, and this is just like regular spice. I didn't ask for anything additional. Then the chilies just kind of gets you right here. Noodles held on to that broth and the flavor soaked in really well. Nice chewy texture. The egg blending in with the broth made this thing even more silky smooth. This is a solid bowl of ramen, especially for the price. Maybe $10, $11 a bowl of ramen is just really common here. Is that how much they all cost here? I'm still not used to seeing that. At New York prices, this would be easily a $16 bowl of ramen. Especially love the broth. Broth's my favorite part of this. When you can taste a good bowl of miso ramen, you want to be able to taste that fermented flavor. And that is definitely strong in this bowl.
All right, ramen was good. Like I said, broth was my favorite part. Appetizer was just okay. And I think just to defend them a little bit on that, they didn't recommend me getting those appetizers. You know what I do when I go to restaurants is I see a couple things I think would be good or something I really want. And I ask the waiter or waitress like, what's the best appetizer? And kind of try to Jedi mind them into saying the one that I want is the best one there. It didn't really happen here. So like she mentioned like 4 appetizers before the 2 that I got. So if you come here, I think she mentioned getting the karage is really good. The scallops really good. Pig ear and shiitake mushroom didn't crack the top 5. And yeah, so the pig ears were flavored well, but it's kind of like a chew toy. But solid bowl of noodles. On to the next place. Ground pork, scallions. Wow, a little bit of greens. This is beautiful. Soberto means ground meat or ground ingredients, and there's definitely a lot of that going on in here. Man, this smells and looks tremendously good. Also, a nice sized soup spoon or a ladle. This definitely doesn't look like chicken broth. And it smells so sesame-y. Sesame. This is good. That is the emotional connection I'm talking about when I eat something that's really worth the trip to come here and try. At least a long road trip. Wow, this broth is great. Oh man. I mean, there's gotta be some soy sauce in this chicken broth as well. It's light, but good Lord, that flavor is intense. So much ground meat in here. You smell the scallion and of course the sesame too. That is a noodle. I'm sorry to let this sit. I have to move on from this really quick because I ordered 2 bowls and I don't want the noodles to go bad in this bowl. This is like the polar opposite of my other bowl of ramen. This is the yuzu shio. So this is a salt-based ramen. Look at the contrast already. This thing just looks like it's angry and upset. You know, super aggressive attitude looking bowl of ramen. Light layer of oil floating on top, and 2 ginormous pieces, and I mean ginormous pieces of chashu that, oh good Lord, oh don't even look at it wrong because it will just fall apart. The nice grill marks as well. Same kind of noodles, so curly yellow noodles in both bowls of ramen. And shio broth is usually not my favorite because I like the aggressive tasting broth, so usually shio is pretty light. Loving the heck out of this. They got little pieces of onions floating in here, just kind of give this whole mellow ensemble just a nice, refreshing little crunch. Broth is so good. Yuzu is really light. A lot of yuzu ramen I've had, the yuzu hits hard, but because it's a shio ramen, you can't let something overpower it too much. So the yuzu is just very light and subtle, but delicious. Noodles are perfection. The flavor in the noodles is very saturated, is very refined. Oh, the land of barbecue. You have transformed your ramen. First of all, there's grill marks on these pieces of chashu, which is something you don't typically see because a lot of times chashu is just toasted. This is grilled to perfection. You taste the fire, you taste the flame, you taste the char. And that great fatty flavor is balanced out by that citrusy yuzu. I don't know which one I like better. It all depends on what you're in the mood for. If you're in the mood for something kind of a little heavier, a little more aggressively seasoned with a bit more umami flavor, get the spicy sorbet. If you want something light with just the most amazing piece of pork floating on top, this is what you go for. Amazing. And I'm glad I got both of these because they're so different from each other. This
It's a good ramen place. Come here and check it out. I'm always my own worst critic, so I'm always kind of afraid my own ramen shop when it opens up, it's not gonna be on par with places like this. I think it will be.
This is the spicy.
This is the spicy soburo.
Very robust.
That's good broth, right? We're end up breaking out the word robust. You watching Ben with your dimensions?
This is the yuzu.
Yeah, yuzu, try that. You like this one better? I predicted you would like this one better.
Very citrusy.
These are both exceptional ramen. Also, like $12. We have to hurry up and eat because, ooh, we got 10 minutes. We were invited to a sushi, a hand roll place that's, I think, a couple blocks from here. The owner messaged me, said they have amazing sushi, so that's basically all it took. I'm sold. Let's go get some sushi. How you doing, chef? Good, how are you? Nice, good, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Know when your body feels so tired to get out of bed. You put your heart on a letter to chase it away. 'Cause
Itadakimasu. Cucumber, little green sea bream with caviar on top. Love that yuzu. That's a refreshing bite. A little bit of lemon.
only time will tell. You know what they say.
Wow. Good chicken, huh? That's actually really good fried chicken. Is it robust?
Has a lot of dimensions.
That's what I thought. That is love. Ah, how you doing?
When I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help myself, I wanna give you.
Avocado puree on the bottom, fatty tuna in the middle, then Hokkaido uni on top with little gold flakes. You know why the gold flakes are there, right? Fatty tuna and the uni, especially together, deserve to wear a crown. This dish is all really about just the melt factor. This is why I always call the Wagyu of the sea. This is what kind of got me into eating sushi is this right here. My first time I was in Japan and John gave me a taste of this. Never have I ever had something melt so gently on my tongue. It's like eating Little Mermaid's melodies, like as smooth as her voice. You know, back before she made that deal and lost her voice and all that stuff. Wow. Brenda doesn't eat a lot of raw stuff like, you know, kind of like me in the beginning. That is really good. Try it. You'll like it. Right? This is rock shrimp tempura. That outside breading is so light. I love subtle crunches. I'll tell you guys what. I don't like a loud crunch. I like my crunch to be subtle yet significant, like that. This is the best part of the tuna. This is straight from the collar. Otoro straight from the collar. Ocean butter. I especially love the aftertaste. It's so creamy. By the way, these are the only roll that I accept. If you roll anything else, I don't want it. Only when you roll food. Just saying. Oh, that's good stuff, man. Wow, this sushi rice is great. I think it's probably one of the most vinegary ones I've had so far. So aromatic and flavorful. Just gonna dip it a little bit. Oh, come and get one of these. No joke. I can eat about 10 of them. Torched crab. This has got everything I like. The mayo, creaminess, I like that. I love the flame. I love tasting that fire. You know what's so good about this is because you guys' rice is so vinegary, the creaminess in that goes perfectly.
Balance out the tartness.
It is nice. This might be one of my favorites so far. Thank you so much for the awesome lunch.
You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. You guys gotta come and try this place out. I'm gonna take a little break. I gotta work out. I'm getting to look like a dumpling. Hot pot tomorrow. Oh, by the way, that's Mark. He owns this place. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the awesome lunch.
I hate this weather, but I like the view.
This doesn't look like a place where a really good ramen shop would be, but apparently it is. The ramen shop right over there. There it is. So my ramen tour continues, and a lot of people recommended this place. Ramen Izakaya Akira. This is actually a lot of selections of ramen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 different types of ramen. All right, this is the thing of beauty. First of all, even when this thing was maybe like 10 feet from me, I smelled the garlic. Now it's just pummeling my nose. That is some intense garlic aroma. How garlic is that?
It smells really good.
It smells so good. Scallions on top, sprouts, and look, these are my favorite type of noodles. Thin, long, straight noodles. These are the best, I feel like, in ramen because they're the best at soaking up broth. Right there. Glistening noodles, you see all the spices. You see how easily it picks up the broth? That thing even before it enters my mouth. I don't know if you can tell, but that is gonna be silky smooth. Big, tender piece of char siu. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Awesome, awesome. I feel like any problems I have in life, this broth can smooth over. Super rich, which makes sense because we're kind of in a ritzy area. It makes sense that this broth is also really rich. It's pork broth, of course, so you get that nice gelatinous feeling on your tongue, kind of like you made out with your ramen a little bit, which is always a good thing to do with your ramen. Best noodles of all the places we went to. I'm telling you guys, thin, straight noodles, they're just the best. The texture is so amazing as well. Oh, that char siu is so good. So tender and smoky. This is 100% a must-try bowl of ramen if you're in Dallas. This is very reminiscent of ramen I would get in Japan. So like a better quality Ichiran, if you will. And all the good stuff falling on the bottom. The sprouts, the flavor, little bits of the fatty char siu. This is like, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a ramen shop by the golf course that's right next to it. Kind of sad to leave this place. We gotta go buy ingredients for hot pot later. Otherwise, I'll probably just sit here and eat another bowl of this. That was definitely the closest to a Japanese ramen shop I've been to in a long, long time. Just a ramen master working on his craft, broth, noodles, everything spectacular. Seriously, like you wouldn't expect, like I'm like surrounded by mansions in a country club. Like this is where you get one of the best bowl of ramen in Dallas. Right by and Edward Jones. Brenda's family's actually gonna come over for a hot pot dinner because they all live in the same area. And we're gonna get some hot pot stuff, my own broth, we're gonna eat that, and we're gonna have it on my rooftop. This will be really fun. Outdoor hot pot at home. Actually never done that before. So a crash course, what's the best put in a hot pot? Tonghao. You need to find some watercress. The best hot pot vegetable is watercress. This stuff right here. Best hot pot vegetable. Gotta have potatoes. Gotta get a big old Napa cabbage. And of course, tofu. You don't wanna get silken because this thing will just like fall apart in a hot pot. You gotta get firm. Tofu strips. These are amazing. Fresh ramen. Heck yeah. Oh my God. Not hot pot related, but look at that. Whoa, cheese cuts. I'm coming back to do a H Mart review of this place. This place looks great. We didn't have this stuff at our other H Mart. Hot pot meat. single rib belly. This is great for hot pot. Whenever you get thinly sliced pieces of beef, you gotta make sure there's tons of fat, which this has. For hot pot, you need some balls. Fish balls, shrimp balls. These are really good because they got stuff inside. This looks really good. Now for sauces. This stuff is the heart and soul of a hot pot dipping sauce. 芝麻酱, sesame paste. Can't do without it. You need sesame oil, which we have, so we're not gonna get any of those. Hot oil, which we have. Those are the basics. I think we're good. Soon, hopefully, we'll have the Mike Chen hot pot broth selling by these guys. This is the roof. I gave you guys a tour before. This is the rooftop. It's also a pool. It's not ready yet. Eating hot pot outside is just the best. You don't stink up anything. All right, we're opening up my broth. Don't tear my face up, okay? My face is on the back of that. I was kidding.
Okay.
I was kidding.
Is that your autograph?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my autograph?
Yeah.
That's cool. Anyway, if you want to get a pack, I'll put the link down below for you. It's restocked. They taste great. Check it out. I think I tried my tomato broth for the first time.
It's really, really good. I hope you bring it in the market.
It is good. Hot pot on the roof of my own apartment. Can probably only do this before everybody moves in. Getting dark now. I gotta say, Texas has the prettiest sunset. I don't know what it is about sunset here. This is the biggest gathering I've been a part of since, well, before COVID. And only because it's Branda's family, so everyone's good, but nice to be around people. And as always, all the places I went to listed down below for you. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again.